The Blue Mountains Biodiversity Project works to defend and restore forests on public lands in the Blue Mountains and in the eastern Oregon Cascades. We work in the Deschutes, Ochoco, Malheur, and Umatilla National Forests and the Prineville BLM District. As part of our work, we field check every major timber sale that is proposed in the area. Commercial logging and the roads that are associated with logging continue to be serious threats to the ecological integrity and to the wildlife of forests on public lands. Many of the sales we field check range from 2,000 to over 9,000 acres. Some sales are up to 21,000 acres of commercial logging. One of the timber sales we field checked this year is the Camp-Lick sale on the Malheur National Forest. We are particularly worried about this sale. The Forest Service is proposing to log large trees, those equal to or greater than 21 inches in diameter. This is a violation of their own forest plan regulations. Large trees are vitally important to many species and have been well documented to be at a severe deficit across the region. Notice as we're panning the camera and walking into the creek area that the area to the left of the road that has been logged is very homogeneous and even-aged. This area is not very diverse and has very little wildlife habitat. As we cross the road and head towards the creek, the forest abruptly becomes more mature and complex, with a mix of trees of different sizes, ages, and species. Unfortunately, the Forest Service is proposing to log along numerous creeks, including this creek. Approximately 1,060 acres are proposed for commercial logging, and another 1,200 for non-commercial logging along the streams. Overall, the Camp-Lick sale encompasses approximately 9,300 acres of commercial logging in both upland and streamside areas. Forests located along streams support a disproportionate amount of diversity and serve as important wildlife corridors. Because these streamside areas have been somewhat more protected in the last few decades than the upland forest, they have generally not been as heavily logged in recent years as the surrounding areas. As a result, they often have some of the last remaining large trees and old-growth forest structure in the area. This includes more standing dead trees, which are also known as snags, and down wood, which are incredibly important for wildlife habitat. Logged forests, including thin forests, have fewer snags and less down wood. The more complex and varied the forest is, the more likely it is to support a diverse array of species. In recent years, the Forest Service has repeatedly and improperly used loopholes to log large trees across the region. In addition, almost all major timber sale proposals now include logging near streams, despite the direct threats to water quality and to listed fish. Across national forest lands in the Blue Mountains, there are over 1,240 miles of streams that are not meeting Oregon water quality standards. 464 miles of stream on the Malheur National Forest are considered to have impaired water quality. The most common water quality problem is excessively high stream temperatures. When the Forest Service logs near streams, they are removing important shade for the stream. This can cause stream water temperatures to increase. Increased stream temperatures from past and current logging, roads, and grazing are already jeopardizing the continued survival of many fish species. This includes bull trout and steelhead, which are listed under the Endangered Species Act. Many of these listed fish are currently at risk of extirpation or extinction. Salmon and other aquatic species that depend on cold, clean water are especially vulnerable to increased temperatures and fine sediments due to logging. Threatened steelhead are present in the Camp-Lick project area. Here in the video, we can see another young and even-aged ponderosa pine plantation. Directly across the road, we see a mixed conifer forest that is near the creek. Again, the Forest Service proposes to log along this creek. Logging would result in less diverse and less complex forests. In addition, we are seeing negative impacts from climate change, such as decreases in snowpack, increased stream temperatures, and lower stream flows. We've seen these effects on the ground, and several studies have come out recently documenting these changes in the region as well. Many listed fish, such as steelhead, have been determined to be very vulnerable to climate change. Bull trout may lose over 90% of their habitat within the next 50 years due to climate change. In order for species to have the best chance at surviving climate change, it is very important that we preserve forest connectivity corridors, such as those along streams, and that we do everything we can to maintain cold water temperatures in streams. In addition to terrestrial connectivity, such as forested wildlife corridors, stream channel connectivity is also very important. For example, there are many miles of important stream habitat that salmon can't reach right now because of broken or faulty stream crossings under roads. If salmon can't pass these barriers, then they don't have the access they need to required spawning and rearing habitats. If they are isolated from neighboring populations, then they can't maintain the genetic diversity required for their continued survival. We are very worried that logging will exacerbate the negative effects of climate change. Repeatedly, and in numerous large timber sales on the Malheur National Forest and across the region, the Forest Service has not adequately considered the impacts of logging large trees or logging along streams. This is taking place across tens of thousands of acres and without true public or scientific vetting. In the Camp Lick sale, we also documented numerous impacts from cattle grazing and from roads. Here in the video, you can see erosion and compaction directly adjacent to streams from roads and livestock grazing. These problems are widespread throughout the Camp Lick timber sale area. In order to actually restore these forests, the Forest Service needs to focus on the real problems at hand, the issues that are actually causing the most damage to fish, clean water, and wildlife. The Forest Service needs to address the issues associated with roads and livestock grazing. Logging will only make these problems worse and introduce many additional negative impacts. If you are interested in learning more about the Camp Lick sale, please visit our website at www.bluemountainsbiodiversity.org. Volunteers are the backbone of the work we do, and we could not accomplish our work without them. Please call or email us and we will give you more information on how to get involved.